Mike Hot. Hello, everyone. Welcome out to Jim Scott Diamond Classic Sports Complex here at Kirkwood High School for today's St. Louis Suburban Game of the Week from like week one. It's a reschedule from some rain. We were supposed to be at Baldwin, but instead we're out here at the beautiful Kirkwood, as we said, Jim Scott Diamond Classic Sports Complex. This is facility is a couple years is in its second year, and it's really nice out here. Turf is great. Beautiful. And, we're happy to see this rivalry matchup between the Webster Groves Statesmen and the Kirkwood Pioneers. Two teams that are in places right now. Webster Groves is starting to get some wins under their belt. Dave Wiggins will get that interview for you here shortly, and also the first-year coach in Max Spitz Miller got his team going really well so far early in this season. So we're looking forward to it. Our production here, Youth Baseball Midwest, is a production of Red Earth Productions, LLC. My crack staff, Lauren and Drew Klutz, in the trailer today, bringing you the pictures, all the graphics, information. And we hope you enjoy the broadcast here today. Youth Baseball Midwest, we're going to be we're out and about. I'm sorry we couldn't get we missed the game yesterday over at Seckman High School. Parkway South was a winner 3-1 in what we were hoping to bring our St. Louis Suburban Game of the Week for this week, but some rain forced us out of that. Looks like the rain is moving away. We got some clouds clearing. We got a little brightness in the sky, and I'm excited to see that. Fantastic. And around the state here, we got our must-see games today, and we're going to keep you up to date on some of these. We had the Marquette Mustangs, which we have at number 18 in our rankings, taking on the number 1 Francis Howell Vikings at Francis Howell today. So we'll keep you up to date on that. You had the SLU Junior Billikens, number 15 in Class 6, taking on Class 5, number 16, John Burroughs Bombers over at John Burroughs today. That's a 4:15 start. The Marquette Howell game is a 4:30 start time, so we'll keep you up to date on that. We got the Francis Howell North Knights, Class 6, taking on the Class 6 Timberland Wolves. That's at a 5 p.m. start, it looks like. That one I'm very interested in. That's going to be an interesting one. The Wolves, they've been playing some really good baseball of late. I like how they've got themselves rolling here, and could make an impact in that Class 6 rankings and whatnot, moving on up. We'll see what happens. On the other side of the state, a really good matchup of two really good teams. Class 6, number 4, the Blue Springs South Jaguars at the Lee Summit West Titans. That's a 4:30 start time. That one will be interesting too. Lee Summit West is just kind of one of those teams that have been hovering around 500 all year. Very talented group, but we'll see if they can kind of figure it out as the season kind of comes into its last third here. Down in South County here, Class 5, number 9, the Festus Tigers taking on Class 5 number 18 Farmington Knights in a matchup that I think is going to be very interesting. This is also not only a conference matchup, but this is also a District 1 matchup. So this one to me is really interesting to see who's going to take this one. We also have a mid-state, the Mexico Bulldogs Class 4 taking on the number 5 Class 4 Fulton Hornets. Mexico really started off the season strong. Has kind of been up and down through the mid part of the season, but kind of finding themselves. So I think that's going to be a very interesting one as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. We're going to take a look at something here real quick. I got to get this up. Boom, there it is. We're going to look at a couple of the records here as we're looking at the scoreboard and give you an idea of what we're dealing with here and where that is happening around the state. There'll be another one that I think that's going to be interesting. Boonville and Odessa, both teams 13-8, playing some pretty good baseball. I think that'll be interesting in Class 4. Just around the state here, you got some good stuff. Logan Rogersville is playing today as well. Here's another good matchup. Monette, they're 8-9, but they're a tough team to beat. Forsyth, 14-7 in Class 4. Both those teams trying to make an impact in their districts. District seeds up. Class 3 Lamar is visiting Class 4 Stratford. We've had Stratford in and out of that top 20 most of the season. You got Centralia Class 3. Solid squad there taking on California. The Pintos, 15-6 in Class 4. I think we have them at number 16. So that's an interesting matchup there. Trying to find my matchup there. 1, 2, there it is. There's another good one. Fredericktown, the Black Cats, District 1 taking on the St. Jen Dragons, who've dropped a couple recently. They had a good run. They dropped a couple recently that I thought, close ball games. It'll be interesting to see how they rebound today against a good Fredericktown squad. The Black Cats, not an easy out. On the season, they are 13-4, and I think making a big push towards, they've won 5 in a row, beating Farmington, Hillsborough, Potosi, Perryville, and Herculaneum. So that's going to be a tough one for St. Jen today in that matchup in Class 4. You got St. Charles West taking on Parkway North around the GAC area. And I'm looking for my matchup here of Fulton. Okay. So, Class 5 around the area, some good stuff going on as we talked about. Farmington and Festus, we're going to keep you up to date there. Let's take a look at our matchup here today between these two teams. This is I never knew this before, but a rivalry game between these two. What's interesting, though, is these teams haven't played that much in history. All-time record is for Kirkwood's in the lead here with 16 wins over Webster Groves' 7 wins. Postseason record, Kirkwood also holds the edge in the postseason 2-0, and currently they're on a 2-win streak. They've won the last 2. The last time Kirkwood lost to Webster Groves was in the Lindbergh-Melville baseball tournament, and that was a 13-8 loss. But they've beat Kirkwood's beat Webster Groves the last 2. We were there for this one. We were at that was at the Baldwin Athletic Association. Kirkwood won 9-2, and then they lost last year. It was a much tighter ball game, 4-3. So it'll be interesting to see how these two match up. When you have common opponents, they both have still yet to play Eureka. They've both beat Hazelwood West. They still have Lafayette on the schedule. They both have lost to Lindbergh. Kirkwood has beat Marquette, while Webster Groves has lost to Marquette. Both have wins against Northwest Cedar Hill. Webster Groves has a loss to Oakville, 2-0. And, in fact, Kirkwood will be playing Oakville tomorrow. That's on the schedule tomorrow. Parkway Central, Kirkwood has a win, and Webster Groves a loss. Both teams have lost to a good Parkway South squad, which took a win yesterday at Seckman. Kirkwood's got a good win over a very good Rockwood Summit team. Webster Groves has played some really tight ball games, losing 3-1 to Rockwood Summit, which is a tough task, man. Summit's a very good ball club, and so it'll be interesting to see. We got Blues showing up here at the 4:12 mark. Seckman, Kirkwood's got a win against Seckman as, again, Webster Groves lost in 10 innings to Seckman. So you can see, and both have lost to St. Dominic. A 7-4 loss for Kirkwood and a 2-1 loss for Webster Groves. So those are common opponents in this matchup this year. Kirkwood with a 13-3 record. Webster Groves a 7-15 record overall. At home here, the Pioneers are 7-0. What's interesting, though, is Kirkwood is 6-0 on the road. That's a good road record. Neutral games, Kirkwood doesn't have any neutral games here. Kirkwood, runs for 5.7, averaging for Kirkwood, and 4.6 runs per game for the Webster Groves Statesmen. Runs allowed, you can see I like that, 2.6 for Kirkwood. While Webster Groves is allowing 5 runs a game, so that's where you go. We got the senior day for Kirkwood here, so that's going to be fun. We'll kind of give a listen here to that. I think that's going to be. I think they've got like 8 seniors they're going to be recognizing here today. So we're going to take a look at that, guys. What do you think? Yeah, be fun. While we're doing that, though, we will, Drew, do you think we ought to go ahead and run the interviews for the coaches? All right. Well, folks, we always, as always, take a minute to talk to the coaches before each game to talk to them a little bit about their team, and we caught up with head coach for the Webster Groves Statesmen and one of our contributors and good buddies, Dave Wiggins. Go ahead and roll that. All right, folks, we have Dave Wiggins, head coach of the Webster Groves Statesmen. There it is. I'll spit it out in a minute. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. Well,
It's actually good right here, right?
we hope to stay dry.
Yeah, I looked at my weather app, which I hate doing, and looks like there's no more rain in the area, but we'll see.
Coach, it's you guys coming this year. You knew it was going to be kind of a rebuild.
Sure.
Talk to us a little bit about your team right now.
Yeah. I want these guys to be playing their best baseball come May.
Yeah.
We want to be playing our best baseball when we believe it matters most, which is, obviously towards the end of the regular season on into district play. And, we're seeing some good things right now. We're seeing buy-in from this group that we had from last year's group. Last year's group might have gotten it a little earlier because they were a little bit more seasoned and had played in our system a lot. But we're starting to see these guys who didn't get to play a lot of varsity baseball last year really starting to figure out what it takes to be successful at our school against the competition we play. Our pitching has been really, really good. We have 3 starters in Sturgeon, Wilhelm, and Lubin who've done a very good job for us. Pierce, who's throwing today, has been absolutely brilliant. He shut out Marquette last Friday. A yellow pool team that's winning a lot of baseball games. So I'm confident that if we can just play good defense on turf, which we tend to, and Pierce can do what Pierce does, they've got a tough arm on the mound. We just got to see if we can scratch some runs across.
And that's been the key to this, looking at your lineup up and down.
Yeah.
That's been the struggle, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's no surprise. We have a hard time scoring runs, and we've got to do some things that maybe some teams that have more in their lineup don't have to do.
Right.
And that's pressure on my guys to play small ball, to see pitches a little bit deeper, and maybe not swing at a pitch outside of the strike zone with 2 or 3 balls, and try to work a walk. Not move out of the way of a pitch inside. Try to get hit by a pitch. We want to get on base, and then from there we want to be able to advance as quickly as we can.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a staple of our offense is we're not expecting to get 3 hits in an inning.
Right.
We're expecting to get a guy on and then get that big hit when he's in scoring position, and hopefully he can score from second on that big hit. But yeah, that's kind of how it's been.
Rivalry game. You never know. They're always different.
They are.
Guys get up for that. We're looking forward to it.
Oh, absolutely. My boys are ready. They're excited. This is their as close to a playoff game atmosphere as you normally get. And the last 2 years we've been unfortunate enough not to get to play at a Baldwin under the lights due to weather, but still we have 2 nice turf fields that we get to play these games on, and we're fortunate to be out here.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Thanks so much.
As we continue to see these seniors honored here at the with Kirkwood High School, we're going to take a few minutes here and listen to what Coach Spitzmiller has to say about his team this year. I'm here with the Kirkwood head coach, rookie head coach. Oh, look at that. Mr. Max Spitz Miller. Coach, thanks for taking a minute.
Appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate you guys broadcasting the game, bringing some extra attention to this rivalry game, senior night too.
And brand new field, right?
Oh yeah, last year was opening day, and we've been able to utilize it a couple extra times, get a couple extra home games.
Ah, there you go. There you go.
Oh yeah.
That turf, man, makes a big difference. You guys got off to a huge start. You had a couple losses here and there, but the kids still playing well. How about this team?
We got a good group of fellas that like playing together. Practices are fun. We've just kind of been rolling and, keeping energy high and, realizing, hey, we get to come to the ballpark every day. So our seniors have 1 more week left of class, 3 more days of class. So they're really enjoying it, and they're like, man, 3 more days of school and it's just all baseball. We have a good group of fellas, and I enjoy being around them, and they're enjoying coming to the ballpark, so you can't really beat that.
Absolutely. You got Owen Neslich going on the mound today. Talk about your hurler.
So O's a big 6'6", 6'7" lefty. He's going to fill up the strike zone, and he's a dog on the mountain, with a W, not a O, D-A-W-G, and he really competes hard, and I really, really like watching him pitch. He's a fun guy to call pitches for and watch him compete.
Absolutely. Your offense has been good. You guys are scoring runs. You're competing at the plate. Talk to us about those guys at the top of your order.
So we got a bulldog mentality when we go out to the plate. We're going to go compete. We're going to get the ball in play, and our goal is not to strike out and get on base. I like to tweet agents of chaos, and we're trying to create with a K, KHS. And but leading off, we got Caden Jackman, who's a freshman. He's an unbelievably athlete. And then second, we got Devin Peterson, who has been just setting the table for Jacob Nolan, who the other week had a 5-for-5 game of 4 home runs and a double and 13
he's got 5
RBIs.
bombs and 4 were in that one.
4
game,
were in
right?
that one game. Yeah, he has 25 RBIs. 13 of them were in one game. You can't really beat that.
No,
yeah.
man, no. So they're playing well. We're looking forward to it. Rivalry game. Your first taste of this rivalry?
Yeah, my first taste. Still figuring it out a little bit. Seems friendly. Seems a little angrily trying to figure it all out. But I'm ready for the fellas to go out there and compete. They seem ready to go.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Coach.
Appreciate you having me.
All right, we are here back, and as they're getting the picture taken there, got a good shot of that right there, guys, right? 9 of them getting honored here at Kirkwood High School. We're going to set up. This is going to be, so we'll set up here for getting our starting lineups for the ball game here. First for the visiting Webster Groves Statesmen, leading off the DH, number 52, Evan Mager. In the 2-hole, number 3, Grayson Degenhart. In the 3-hole, number 1, Shota Ishiyama. In the 4-hole, number 24, Chris Wilhelm. In the 5-hole, number 4, Ben Niemeyer. In the 6-hole, number 27, Asher Rataj. In the 7-hole, number 13, Pierce Sturgeon. In the 8-hole, number 16, Jonas Fagan. And in the 9-hole, number 7, Colby Cole. And that will be the lineup there for the Webster Groves squad. On the Kirkwood Pioneers side, we'll have number 10 leading off, Caden Jackman. In the 2-hole, number 28, Devin Peterson. In the 3-hole, number 23, Jacob Nolan. In the 4-hole, number 9, John Blaskowitz. In the 7-hole, number 5, in the 5-hole, number 7, Charlie Vonderbrugge. In the 6-hole, number 3, Jack Dothage. In the 7-hole, number 5, Nick Copeland. In the 8-hole, number 11, Carson Steedley. In the 9-hole, number 13, Ryan Caffey. So that's our lineups for today's ball game. We got the umpires on the field and getting the pregame meeting going here. We're going to get a look at, we got an early score or two here, but over from the other side of the state, where you got the number 1 team in Class 4, Summit Christian Academy, the Varsity Eagles beating Hominy 8-2. North Kansas City taking on the Oak Park Northmen. That's a 1-1 tie in that ball game. Lee Summit, the Tigers, taking on the Blue Springs Wildcats. They've got an early 1-0 lead at Blue Springs. And that's right. Thank you, Drew, and my producers are. It's been a week since we've done one, so we're going to do this. Our good friend and our historian, Brett Crumbaugh, has done some history pieces on both of these teams, and we're going to start with our Statesman group here. Go ahead and roll that.
Welcome to this broadcast of Webster Groves versus Kirkwood High School, brought to you by Youth Baseball Midwest. Today, we're shining the spotlight on Webster Groves High School, located in Webster Groves, Missouri, home of the Statesmen. Competing in Class 5 of the Missouri State High School Activities Association, the Statesmen have worked hard to build a standard of excellence for their baseball program. In 2024, Webster Groves baseball made an unforgettable run, finishing as second-place finishers in the Class 5 state championship. A remarkable achievement that showcases their talent and determination on the baseball field. Whether you're a fan of the Statesmen or a lover of high school baseball, you won't want to miss this look at one of Missouri's top programs. Stay tuned as Webster Groves continues their quest to bring a championship home to their community. Keep your eyes and ears peeled on Youth Baseball Midwest as we bring all the exciting action. Welcome to this broadcast of Kirkwood High School versus Webster Groves, brought to you by Youth Baseball Midwest. Today, we're highlighting Kirkwood High School, located in Kirkwood, Missouri, home of the Pioneers. Competing in Class 6 of the Missouri State High School Activities Association, Kirkwood has a proud history of athletic excellence, and their baseball team is no exception. While the Pioneers haven't claimed a baseball championship since 1961, Kirkwood continues to field a competitive team, driven by a commitment to improvement, teamwork, and the pursuit of excellence. Whether you're a fan of the Pioneers or just passionate about high school baseball, this matchup is one you don't want to miss. Stay tuned as Kirkwood High School looks to break their championship drought. And keep your eyes and ears peeled on Youth Baseball Midwest as we bring you all the exciting action from the field.
Thank you very much, Brett, for those pieces. And we got Netzlich taking the field here. We're going to set up the defense here for you on for the home team, Kirkwood Pioneers. Behind the plate is Ben Niemeyer along with his battery mate. Oh, nope, that's Webster Groves. I'm going to come back to that. Sorry, my fault, guys. That's Ryan Caffey behind the plate with his battery mate, Owen Netzlich, on the mound. At first base will be Caden Jackman. Second base, Devin Peterson. At third base, Nick Copeland. At shortstop, Jack Dothage. In left field, Charlie Vonderbrugge. And in center field will be Jacob Nolan. In right field, Carson Steedley. That is our defensive setup for this Kirkwood Pioneers. And on the mound, Owen Netzlich, our Youth Baseball Midwest Player Spotlight today. Owen Netzlich, this young man, is putting together quite a season. He's 3-1 on the season. In 23 and a third innings pitched, a 2.40 ERA with 18 Ks and only 7 base on balls. So he's got quite the job keeping men off base. A 1.07 whip, 205 opponent batting average, and he's under 300, a 293 on base percentage against, and opponents are only slugging 284 as he throws strike one to the leadoff, Evan Mager. Fouled back into the screen for a quick 0-2, and attacking early as Netzlich. Big, tall drink of water on the mound. Pretty imposing, kind of from the stretch there. Caffey just quite couldn't hold on to that for strike 3. Fouled back into the glove, but not quite there. Popped up, foul and back out of play. Might be some cars in danger over there on the side of the road today, folks. Moger strokes one into right field. Oh, and a nice catch by the right fielder out there, Vonderbrugge, for out number 1. He was gliding pretty easily there, and I thought that might have beat him, but not so. So out number 1 brings up Grayson Degenhart. Ball 1. That is a 2-0 hole here now to the number 2 hitter. And a strike on the inside corner. 2 balls and a strike now to Degenhart. That's fouled back out of play into the houses over there. Well, that's kind of dangerous. There's all kind of cars over here. I think they might need to get a taller screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Boy, that pitch just had him all kinds of messed up. Fouled it back. We'll do it again. Kind of holds off. That ball was up in the zone. 3 balls, 2 strikes now to Degenhart. That ball's flown into center field. under it for the catch is Jacob Nolan for out number 1. Or out number 2, excuse me. Sorry about that, folks. Number 3 hitter here, Chris Wilhelm, lines it to the right fielder, and no play. Nice job by Caffey. A little bit of chucking the ball everywhere there. Nice job by, I like that by Vonderbrugge. You know, he's wasn't going to get to it to catch it. Kind of played that on the hop. Didn't quite make the throw he needed to, but like the effort. So a 2-out single by Shota Ishiyama. Throw over is kind of a, hey, how you doing over there? Brings up Chris Wilhelm. Another throw over. I'd say that's probably not his best move. He's just kind of keeping him there. Because Ishiyama's got, and Webster Groves likes to run. And there he goes, right on the first pitch, and the throw down. And a great throw by the catcher, Caffey, to knock down Ishiyama. We're going to the bottom of the first inning. Score Webster Groves 0, Kirkwood coming up. Level up with Legacy Performance Academy. When it comes to development, Legacy Sports and Fitness is all about training the whole athlete, on the field and off. Improve mobility, boost flexibility, prevent injuries, train explosive strength and functional movements, grow as an individual. Because we know a better athlete today becomes a greater player tomorrow. All right, folks, let's set up the defense for the Webster Groves Statesmen. On the mound will be Pierce Sturgeon, his battery mate, Ben Niemeyer. At first base will be Vincent Lubin, number 10. And at second base, Shota Ishiyama. At third base, Grayson Degenhart. At shortstop will be Colby Cole. In left field, Jonas Fagan. In center field, Asher Ratajan. In right field will be Chris Wilhelm. That is our starting defensive players for this Webster Groves Scott. As we were going around the park, as we were talking about scores, North Kansas City takes a lead over Oak Park 5-1. Lee Summit, the Tigers have jumped all over the Blue Springs Wildcats 7-0. And the in local GAC South, the Howell North Varsity Knights have taken a 1-0 lead over the Timberland Wolves in that one. And you got two Zumwalt teams, South Bulldogs and the West Jaguars taking on. And Zumwalt South has an early 1-0 lead over the Jaguars. Festus has taken an early 1-0 lead over the Farmington Knights. And Blue Springs South has taken a 1-0 lead over Lee Summit West Titans. As we head into the bottom of the first inning here for the Pioneers, Caden Jackman, Devin Peterson, and Jacob Nolan will be the first three to face Pierce Sturgeon, our Youth Baseball Midwest Player Spotlight. Pierce Sturgeon on this season is 2-2. 35 1/3 innings pitched and a 1.58 ERA with 20 base on balls and 32 Ks. 32 Ks pretty good. Nice bunt, backhanded by Sturgeon, and the throw is safe, not in time. Nice athletic play, but the bunt single for Caden Jackman gets the leadoff runner on the first pitch. And as Sturgeon, we're back to him as our player spotlight. A few too many walks there, as we said, 20 base on balls. He's got a 1.27 whip, a 191 opponent's batting average. The on-base percentage with those walks you can see is a little high at 321. Good curveball to Peterson for strike one. And a 244 slugging again. So both these pitchers not allowing a lot of big extra base hits. So we'll see how this continues to play out. Throw over, nice pick by the first baseman over there, Lubin, not to let that ball get past him. Nice crowd out here at the ballpark here for this rivalry game. And that is lined into right field and is going to roll all the way to the fence as they had him shaded towards the left side of the park, and a big double after the infield single for Devin Peterson. Second and third now with the big hitter Jacob Nolan coming up. This young man has been doing some damage here for this Kirkwood squad, folks. Not the guy you want to see with a couple of runners in scoring position. As Nolan has 27 RBIs on the season. So ball one here to Nolan. Oh, excuse me, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Curveball for a strike. 2 balls and a strike. It's outside. 3 balls and a strike here to Nolan. I mean, with the base open, I don't think this is all that horrible for Sturgeon to be being easy with Nolan. And a ball 4. The curveball just kind of stayed up. So the base is full of Pioneers. As it brings up the 4-hitter, John Blaskowitz. That's correct, Drew. We've been trying to work it. The trail is full of Pioneers. I like that. Blaskowitz on the season is got 16 plate appearances. He's got 2 RBIs. Takes ball 1. Big lefty. Good matchup here. Righty-lefty. Two balls, no strikes here. And Sturgeon has fallen behind the last 2 batters pretty big. I don't think he wants to get in too deep a count here. Curveball. So a strike there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now to Blaskowitz. This a big at bat here. Which way this goes? Another curveball hammered to deep center field and beats Rataj, and everybody's safe and 2 runs are in. So Blaskowitz with the damage on a 2 RBI double puts the Pioneers on the board first. Two RBIs and brings up Charlie Vonderbrugge, the left fielder, and takes ball 1. Strike on the corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. That ball's hit through the hole, finds the space, and here comes the throw home. We're going to have a play, and Blaskowitz is tagged out trying to score. Coach being aggressive on the RBI single from Vonderbrugge. 3-0. Nice throw in to the catcher for out number 1. Blaskowitz cut down. Vonderbrugge at first base brings up the shortstop, Jack Dothage, now with 1 out. And another bunt. Bare hands up with the throw and not going to be in time. So another bunt single, taking advantage of the depth of the third baseman. Dagenhart for Webster Groves. So 2 on, 1 out brings up Nick Copeland. Sturgeon throwing a lot of pitches here early in this ball game. Sun's out, beautiful afternoon here at Kirkwood High School at Jim Scott Diamond Classic Sports Complex. We hope you are having a good day where you're at and enjoying the ball game today. Long look and fisted, and a little pop flare to the second baseman for out number 2. That curveball got on the hands of Copeland. Two on now, 2 out. Carson Steedley, the right fielder, coming up. Fastball bunted foul for strike 1. Three runs in. Sturgeon working to strand those 2 runners on. Fastball grounded back to off the glove of Sturgeon. And Steedley is going to be safe. And the inning continues. Brings up the 9-hitter, Ryan Caffey, the catcher. Caffey on the season is hitting .345 for this team, 3 RBIs, No extra base hits. But all he's looking for is a single here, and he's got, because those runners going on contact, he just wanted to put the ball in play, see what happens. Two balls, no strikes here to Caffey. It's a big at bat here, and is the difference. And that is past the third baseman into left field, and 2 more runs come in. And there you go, a 2 RBI, 2-out single by the catcher Caffey. Makes it a 5-0 ball game here. And still 2 on, and we're back to the top of the order. As the inning continues. 2 outs. Caden Jackman, who singled and scored his first at-bat's got another at-bat here in the bottom of the first inning. As the Pioneers have scored 5 runs in the bottom of the first on Sturgeon. And that is ball 1. Long look by Sturgeon. He steps off. Got a good crowd out here, folks, enjoying the ball game and enjoying some sunshine here finally. It's been kind of drizzly all morning and afternoon. Quick visit by the catcher here, Ben Niemeyer. There you go, a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Jackman. 2 on still, 2 outs. Curveball, had him out front, and it's bobbled by the shortstop. Couldn't come up with it cleanly by Colby Cole. And the bases are loaded. Brings up Devin Peterson. Dangerous hitter here, Mr. Peterson, hitting .457 on the year, 12 ribbies. He's got 4 doubles and 2 triples, a home run. This could get serious, and Sturgeon, I like that. Hits him in the kind of the hind parts there, and he gives it a little rub and trots on down to first base. Gotta love that. So an RBI hit by pitch. Take that RBI all day. Brings up Jacob Nolan. 6-0 ball game here. You just hope this one doesn't get right out of hand early for the Statesmen. I mean, it's a pretty tough hill to climb right now at a 6-0 ball game. Twelfth batter to come to the plate here in the bottom of the first inning for the Pioneers. That's a big swing. He was trying to hit it over the scoreboard out there, folks. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jacob Noland. That's low, and a throw down to first base, and Lubin over there corrals it. Niemeyer, that's it. He's not afraid to chuck it around the base paths here. Curveball is hammered into deep center field. You see Rataj's number, and that is to the wall as it clears the bases. Nolan is headed to third for a 2-out, 3 RBI triple to extend the lead to 9-0 for the Kirkwood Pioneers. So Sturgeon doesn't look happy. I can't blame him. He doesn't look pleased. He's a couple of mistakes out on the base, out there defensively, and some big hits. This Pioneers team can flat swing it, folks. Wow. A blitz as Blaskowitz, his second at bat. 2 RBI double in the first, in his first at bat. We are still in the first. That's popped up and back foul out of play. One ball, 2 strikes. Misses in, 2-2. 13th batter of the inning for the Pioneers. Popped up, again foul out of play. That might make it to the roof of the school over there. Grounded past a diving Lubin, first baseman, and the hit parade continues for the Kirkwood Pioneers. Another RBI. That's 3 RBIs for Blaskowitz in this first inning. Scoring Nolan from third. Both these guys, Nolan with 3 RBIs, Blaskowitz with 3 RBIs, and strike 1 to Vonderbrugge. One ball, 1 strike. Popped up, foul territory. Not a lot of foul territory over there. It's into the Pioneers bullpen. One ball, 2 strikes. Sturgeon doing his best to get himself out of this. Get his team back in the dugout. Two and two. Curveball, strike 3. And that ends the bottom of the first inning with the score, Pioneers 10, Webster Groves 0.
At Legacy Performance Academy, we meet athletes where they are in their development. Whether you're just starting out or already on the path to greatness, Legacy Sports and Fitness is the premier program for growth, with a full training field designed to help you sharpen every aspect of your game. Paired with our elite baseball programs, we've got the foundation for your success.
All right, folks, we're back here, top of the second inning. Leading off is Chris Wilhelm. He fouls it off back out of play for strike number 1. Appreciate Legacy Performance Academy. Maximize your potential. Go to STLLPA.com as Wilhelm fouls another one back out of play. Scores around Lafayette taking on Francis House Central. The Lancers up 4-0 early on the Spartans. And he chased that. He's upset with himself. Went upstairs and out number 1. Ben Niemeyer, catcher at the plate now. Timberland has taken a 2-1 lead now over the North Knights, and Zimwalt West has jumped on the Bulldogs now 6-1. That is back up the middle, backhanded by the second baseman. The throw is in time. Heck of a play by the second baseman, Devin Peterson, for out number 2. Brings up Asher Rataj. Grounded to the shortstop, up with it and over. And a very economical inning, out number 3 for Owen Nesledge. We go to the bottom of the second inning, score 10-0 Pioneers. Level up with Legacy Performance Academy. When it comes to development, Legacy Sports and Fitness is all about training the whole athlete, on the field and off. Improve mobility, boost flexibility, prevent injuries, train explosive strength and functional movements, grow as an individual. Because we know a better athlete today becomes a greater player tomorrow. Well, I would imagine Coach Wiggins would have liked to have seen them work a little bit in those counts. I mean, that was an easy inning for Nesledge as Dothage makes the last play there at shortstop, and he'll be leading off this inning, so we'll see how that works out. Around the league, though, around the state again, though, Lee Summit Tigers still up 7-0. Washington visiting St. Francis Borgia. The Knights up 5-0 over the Blue Jays. The Farmington has taken a 3-2 lead over the Festus Tigers. That's early in that game. Got the Class 1, I think probably them in St. Elizabeth could be the top two teams in Class 1. Oran, the Eagles, 3-2 up over the Oak Ridge Blue Jays. Lebanon High School taking on the Seneca Seneca Indians. It's 2-0. Jackson taking on Class 5 Dexter Bearcats, 3-0 right now. And we got Poplar Bluff and Kennett squaring off with no score. Blue Springs South and Lee Summit West are now tied. Jeff City, the Jays are taking on the Rolla Bulldogs. It's 1-1. And you've got a 2-0 ball game, Centralia taking on the California Pintos. And the Liberty Blue Jays over in Kansas City taking on Central. The Indians, that's in St. Joe Central up there. 6-0 Liberty Blue Jays. All right, folks. We have a new pitcher on the mound, number 5. Taking over for Pierce Sturgeon. And you kind of understand he threw a lot of pitches in that first inning. This is Cameron Fowler on the mound here for the Webster Groves Statesmen. Square to bunt, strike one to Dothage. Fowler, 9 in the third innings. He's got an 8.25 ERA. He's 1-1 on the season, and that is 1 ball, 1 strike to Dothage. And that is to the fence. Looks like we have a new right fielder out there as well. We'll get that to you here, folks, shortly. And that is Lowe. 2 balls, 1 strike. 3 balls, 1 strike, excuse me. And that bounces off the backstop and back to Niemeyer for a leadoff walk. Niemeyer out to talk to his pitcher. Nick Copeland coming up. Popped out, a little flare to the second baseman, his first at bat. Long look from Fowler. And that's in the dirt and off the glove. And advances the runner, Dothage, to second base on the wild pitch. Ball 1 to Copeland. That ball is grounded. Oh, and he comes to third. I'm not quite sure what the second baseman there was thinking. You had the out. So Copeland reaches on the fielder's choice. And Dothage is safe at third. and Copeland takes second on the throwing error by the second baseman. Grounded back up the hole, backhanded by the second baseman. The throw over is in time. So an RBI ground out for Carson Steedley, and it's 11-0. And that's where those free bases right there can come back. It makes that play there. Maybe that run scores, but there's 2 outs and the bases are empty. And Caffey is hit by the pitch and heads to first base. And it looks like we're going to get a runner for the catcher, and number 22, Charlie Marino, will be the courtesy runner for the catcher, Caffey. Back to the top of the order with Caden Jackman. Jackman, who is 1 for 2, reached on the air, scored both times. Grounded, big hop. Cole up with it. Nice strong throw by the shortstop, Cole. Another RBI ground out for the Pioneers. Marino's at second base, 2 outs, and Devin Peterson at the plate. And that's ball 1. Two runs scored here in the bottom of the second inning. It's 12-0 Pioneers. 2 outs, a runner at second, and that's outside for ball 2. Thank you for joining us today here on Youth Baseball Midwest. We are working to be the most comprehensive youth baseball talk in the Midwest. So if you got a chance, hit the subscribe button if you like what you're seeing, like what you're hearing. Check out our podcasts after the ball game or a little wheel play. Got some great podcasts that happened this week with Wednesday, we had our Missouri baseball talk with Kevin Mulder. Today it went out at 3 o'clock. Our Illinois baseball talk with Diego Solares, everything Illinois baseball. Kevin Mulder, everything Missouri baseball. Good stuff. We got districts we're heading towards here in Missouri. Postseason play in both states coming up. We're looking forward to it, bringing it to you, and following it all the way to the state championships. It's outside for ball 3. So Peterson, oh, that's a walk, I'm sorry. Brings up that man again here that tripled to center field, clearing the bases. This young man has walked, scored, tripled, 3 RBIs, scored. So far having a pretty solid day at the plate. Runner stays put, ball 1. It's 2 outs. First and third. And Coach Spitzmiller has come in the middle of or just at the beginning of the bat, and is going to get a pinch hitter here. And the fans are applauding in number 2. Oh, Drew Temp. So Drew Temp, I don't think has had an at-bat all season long from what it looks like here, folks. This will be his first at-bat of the season. Drew Temp is one of their pitcher here, senior pitcher, 2-0. Oh, there you go. Senior day. Coach Spitzmiller working to get some guys in, getting him an at-bat, and he takes a strike he inherited a 1-ball, no strike count. It's 1-1 now. Love that from Coach Spitzmiller, giving this senior an opportunity to play on senior day. Runner goes, and that ball is hit hard. Nice play by the second baseman for the out, though, and retires the side. We're going to top of the third inning, score 12-0 Pioneers.
At Legacy Performance Academy, we meet athletes where they are in their development. Whether you're just starting out or already on the path to greatness, Legacy Sports and Fitness is the premier program for growth, with a full training field designed to help you sharpen every aspect of your game. Paired with our elite baseball programs, we've got the foundation for your success.
All right, folks, appreciate you joining us here this afternoon. Our youth baseball player spotlight for the Webster Groves Statesmen for this inning is the young man Chris Wilhelm playing right field. Mr. Wilhelm has been one of the bright spots offensively for this Webster Groves squad. He's hitting .321 on the season. Slashing .321, is on base .419, and he slugs .377. He's got 15 runs scored, 9 RBIs, 3 doubles, and 62 plate appearances. He's walked 8 times. Strikeouts may be a little high, but still hitting that, and 14 stolen bases. So we want to give a shout out to our Youth Baseball Midwest Player Spotlight for the Webster Groves Statesman, Chris Wilhelm. Leading off here for the Statesman is number 5, who came in for Sturgeon, and that is Cameron Fowler. And it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Owen Neslage has been very efficient when he's been on the mound. Not a lot of pressure, flips in a curveball for a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Fastball's up in the zone, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Young man heading to Maryville University right here in the metro area. That Coach Evers is doing a great job recruiting around this. This young man is showing off his stuff here today. And strike 3 for out number 1. His second strikeout of the game. Foul tipped into the glove brings up number 28, who took over in left field for Jonas Fagan. And we'll get you, and he's quickly 0-2. And that ball is hit foul, out of play. 28, Isaiah Fee Wiley Swing and a miss and down on strikes for the second strikeout of the inning. Fee Wiley goes down. Shortstop Colby Cole up, swings at the first pitch, strike number 1. And that's in the dirt for a 1-ball, 1-strike count here to the shortstop. Two balls, 1 strike. He's only had 1 full count today, folks. And that's the first time it's only the second time he's had 3 balls in a count. He's down 3-1 in this one to the shortstop. Takes a moment, gathers himself. And that is fouled back out of play. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And that is ball 4. So Cole gets a 2-out walk, and the second base runner here today for the Statesmen, Ishiyama, singled and was caught stealing in the first inning. And this is the first base runner for them since then, and that ball is hit through the hole. Nice piece of hitting, first pitch. Evan Mager, the DH. Oh, a close play. Ooh, almost got 2 back. Nice job out there by Vanderbrugge in left field. So the walk and a single, first and second, brings up Grayson Degenhart. Ball 1. One ball, 1 strike to Degenhart. Ishiyama on deck. And that ball's off the mound. Nice play by the shortstop, Dothage. Off that hop, kind of handcuffed him a bit, but able to make the play we're going to. The bottom of the third inning score, 12-0 Pioneers. Level up with Legacy Performance Academy. When it comes to development, Legacy Sports and Fitness is all about training the whole athlete, on the field and off. Improve mobility, boost flexibility, prevent injuries, train explosive strength and functional movements, grow as an individual. Because we know a better athlete today becomes a greater player tomorrow. All right, folks, our player spotlight presented by Youth Baseball Midwest for the Kirkwood Pioneers here. Devin Peterson, who we just saw last inning, earned a walk. He today has been walked, hit by a pitch, doubled, scored twice. And this young man, Peterson's been having a pretty good season. He's hitting .457 on the year, on base percentage of .583 and slugging .696. That's a pretty over 1,200 OPS. You got to love that. 21 runs scored, 12 ribbies, 4 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run in 60 plate appearances. He's walked 8 times, and here's what's impressive about this young man. He's only struck out 3 times. 5 stolen bases on the year. Devin Peterson, one of the kids really working, and why this Kirkwood team is got so many wins on the season. Our player spotlight presented by Youth Baseball Midwest. Devin Peterson, and that ball is foul. Leading off here is number 4, I believe hitting for John Blaskowitz. Number 4, I'll get you that young man here for Kirkwood. Is Jeremiah Walker. One ball, one strike to Walker, who hits a 2-hopper. Nice throw by the shortstop Cole for out number 1. So Walker's erased as the pinch hitter for Blaskowitz brings up number 7, Charlie Vonderbrugge, who has struck out and singled, scored a run. He's 1 for 2 today. Big swing and a miss. Fowler hit him with the old breaking pitch. Misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Liberty North and Raymore Peculiar 0-0. Shawnee Mission South playing the Smithville Warriors. And that ball is hit deep in the gap and going to get down. 1 hops. Rataj on the hop. Gets to the ball, but not before Vonderbrugge is at second base standing up with a 1-out double. So the hits just keep coming for this Pioneer squad. Brings up the shortstop Dothage. North Kansas City continues to pile on Oak Park, 8-4 now. Odessa has got a 1-0 lead over Boonville. The Pirates, that's a strike on the outside corner. The Pirates, Boonville, are number 17 team in the YBM rankings. Lafayette now up big over the Spartans, 7-0. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Dothage. North Point, the Grizzlies, number 13 in our Class 6 rankings, up 3-0 over St. Charles, the Pirates. That curveball got away from him. 2 balls and a strike. Timberland up still 3-1 over Howell North. Zumwalt South has scored a couple, closed the gap at 6-3. Zumwalt West still ahead. Foul tipped into the glove for strike number 2 to Dothage. We got 2 balls and a strike, 1 out. Vonderbrugge on second. Washington has come back and tied the Borgia Knights. It's a 5-5 ball game. And that's outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Poplar Bluff up 1-0 over the Kennett Indians. Lafayette has now scored another run. It's 8-0 over the Spartans. And we got a tie ball game. I love this. Festus and Farmington, 3-3. And a walk to Dothage brings up Nick Copeland. Harrisonville Wildcats up 6-3 over the Nevada Tigers. North County is up 4-1 over the St. Clair Bulldogs. Lebanon 4, Seneca Indians 3. That's down in the southwest part of the state. Strike 1 to Copeland. Dexter still down 3-0 to Jackson. Republic Tigers and Carl Junction off. Their game just started. Jeff City, 2-1 over Rolla. Blue Springs South, Lee Summit West tied 3-3. That's a good ball game right there. That was one of our must-see games today, folks. That's a dandy over there. Marshall taking on our number 2 Class 4 team, Moberly Spartans. It's a 0-0 ball game. Copeland hangs on there, doesn't go. It's 2 balls and a strike. Webb City, the Cardinals, we're going to see when we head down to the Southwest, is up 2-0 over Springdale, Arkansas. Centralia up 2-1 over California. And that ball is grounded to the second baseman. He turns out at 2. Not enough to get Copeland. So Dothage erased at second base on the fielder's choice. So Carson Steedley at the plate, 2 outs, first and third. The Willard Tigers are number 2 team in Class 5 from southwest part of the state, taking on the Smith Cotton Tigers. Smith Cotton there in Columbia, or excuse me, in Columbia. Or excuse me, not Columbia, Sedalia. They're in Sedalia. Sorry, folks. Smith Cotton Tigers. Willard's up 2-0. Liberty is up big over Central. Liberty Blue Jays there in Kansas City over the St. Joe Central Indians, 12-0. 1 ball, 1 strike to Carson Steedley. And he bunts it down. Oh, perfect bunt. Perfect bunt. You gotta, as the third baseman charges that, you gotta think, just let that go. Just roll with it. See if it, per chance, might go foul. Heck of a nice job. An RBI single for Steedley, bunting it down the line. Everything going right for this Pioneer squad, folks. Vonderbrugge scores from third base. And it's 13-0 now, Pioneers. And that is grounded foul into the fence. Coach over there with some hands. Man, just get the ball back over to the coach and get back in there, buddy. Blues got you taken care of over here. So the catcher, Caffey, at the plate. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Cole, shortstop. Gets time. Isaiah Fee Wiley, folks, is the gentleman that's taken over in left field for Webster Groves. And that is up. Niemeyer is kind of pirouettes as he throws back. You kind of see where catcher having to work hard back there. Fowler taking a long look, and he steps off finally. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Another run here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Caden Jackman at the on deck, back to the top of the order here. And that is ball 4. And it looks like Niemeyer was crossed up there like, what are you throwing there? Didn't quite get it. Want to thank our sponsors for today's game, Legacy Performance Academy. Maximize your potential, maximize your performance with Legacy Performance Academy. No matter what sport you're endeavoring, track and field, baseball, football, basketball, Legacy Performance Academy. Check them out at STLLPA.com. That's a strike, so it's a full count to Caffey. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners are going to be rolling here. Caffey's 1 for 1, reached on the hit by pitch. He was stranded there, scored 1 run. And another walk for the catcher. Loads the bases, and we got the courtesy runner, number 22, Charlie Marino. Caden Jackman, the first baseman, coming up. He is 1 for 3. He's reached twice. He's been on twice, though. Once on the air, once on the single. Scored both times. He's grounded out to the shortstop, Colby Cole. Man, I'm enjoying that sunshine right now, folks. Nice and warm. And the throw down is not in time. Copeland back to third base. 1 ball, no strikes to the leadoff. Peterson on deck. One and one. Grounded back to the pitcher. Fowler makes the play. And that ends the inning. They strand the bases loaded, but not before they get 1 more run. It's 13-0. We're going to the top of the 4th inning. Level up with Legacy Performance Academy. When it comes to development, Legacy Sports and Fitness is all about training the whole athlete, on the field and off. Improve mobility, boost flexibility, prevent injuries, train explosive strength and functional movements, grow as an individual. Because we know a better athlete today becomes a greater player tomorrow. Updates, 5-0 Grizzlies over the Pirates. That's North Point taking on St. Charles. One that we're really wanting to keep an eye on here, you got the Lakeland Vikings. I believe Lakeland is a Class 1 school. The Lakeland Vikings taking on Liberal. They're up 3-0. The Neosho Wildcats, that's down the southwest, taking on Siloam Springs, Arkansas. They're up 3-0. The Ripley Warriors taking on Summit Christian. They're up 4-0 over the Summit Christian Academy Eagles. And we're back to it. Owen Nesledge out for inning number 4, and Throws a strike to Ishiyama Shota, who's got the only hit today for Webster Groves. And that's 1 ball, 1 strike. And that's lined into center field, but under it is the outfielder, number 23, Jacob Nolan, for out number 1. Chris Wilhelm struck out his first at bat. Takes a ball outside. Curveball just doesn't curve back. Efficient for Nesledge. 2-0. Big, tall lefty. It's outside. 3-0. Misses in. And a 4-pitch walk for Wilhelm. Ben Niemeyer, the catcher now. Little how you doing throw over there for Wilhelm, who has 14 stolen bases. Oh, and that got away from the catcher, but Wilhelm was on his way back to the base, and here comes a visit. He's thrown 5 balls in a row, and so Coach Spitzmiller coming out just to kind of maybe look in the eyes of his pitcher and say, hey, how you doing out here? Max Spitz Miller himself, a pitcher, pitched at Pattonville High School, then over in at Northwest Missouri State. Bearcats. Pitcher there. And here his first year as the head coach of the Kirkwood Pioneers. Has this team at 13-3, doing a nice job with this program. That was kind of right off the noggin. Ooh, coach showing it off still. He's got it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Grounded to the second baseman. He's up. He's going to take the short one. Easy out there for Peterson. Wilhelm slides into second. That was a slow roller. Didn't have much opportunity like that. Take the out. Wilhelm advances on the ground out. It's 2 outs now. Asher Rataj at the plate for Webster Groves. Asher hitting .262 on the year, takes strike 1. Part of that championship team last year, playing right field for this Statesman squad. He's got 14 RBIs on the season, holds up, a couple of doubles. One ball, 1 strike. I didn't think he went. Good call out there by the official. I did not think he went either. Runner goes. Throw by Caffey is late. Nice stolen base there. Great jump by Wilhelm. So that's his 15th stolen base on the season. And a little grounder softly to Peterson, up with it. Nice hands. and gets the speedy retage for out number 3. So the base on balls is stranded. Again, we're going to the bottom of the 4th inning, score 13-0 Pioneers.
At Legacy Performance Academy, we meet athletes where they are in their development. Whether you're just starting out or already on the path to greatness, Legacy Sports and Fitness is the premier program for growth, with a full training field designed to help you sharpen every aspect of your game. Paired with our elite baseball programs, we've got the foundation for your success.
Fowler back out for the Statesmen for his 3rd inning of work. It's been a tough one for this Statesman squad here. Sturgeon just didn't quite have it. They jumped on him quick, put 10 runs up in the 1st inning, and haven't looked back. Going to get the big part of the lineup here again for the Kirkwood Pioneers in Peterson, Nolan, and Blaskowitz for this bottom of the 4th. Appreciate LPA, Legacy Performance Academy, for partnering with Youth Baseball Midwest and sponsoring our live streams of our St. Louis Suburban Game of the Week. Maximize your potential. All right. Timberland now up 5-1 over Howell North. Zumwalt South closed the gap. It's 6-5 Jaguars, and Borgia's got another run, 6-5 over Washington. Lafayette still up big over the Spartans. Farmington's taken a 1-run lead, 4-3 over Festus. That's a big one right there. Those are 2 teams will be duking it out in District 1 and Class 5. Both teams we have ranked in our top 20. And that is hammered to the left fielder, Fee Wiley, for a leadoff single for Peterson. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, Brings up Jacob Nolan, who is 1 for 1 with a base on balls, 3 ribbies, 2 runs scored, a triple. And looking to do some more damage with his bat. Right in the middle of a neighborhood. It's kind of cool, just people walking up and around. See the folks walking up and down the street here. Interesting setting right here off of, I believe it's Doherty Ferry, yeah. 1 ball, no strikes to Noland. Grounded sharply to the shortstop, Cole. Out at 2. Safe. Boy, he made that close. That was that's a nice turn from the middle infield here. Not quite enough to finish off the double play. But out number 1. Nolan's on with the fielder's choice. Liberty North and Ray-Pac tied 1-1. Hammered deep, but not as much as I thought it was for number 4, Walker. Lined out to the center fielder for out number 2. Brings up Vonderbrugge. 2 for 3. 2 runs scored. Nolan at first. Long look. He steps off. First baseman, Lubin over there, not holding him. He's just kind of playing behind him, almost giving him the base. We'll see if he takes off. He does not. Oh, and that's a foul ball. Yeah, that's a foul ball, right? Yep. Vanderbury was just trying to get out of the way and said, dang it, that's a strike. It's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jackson up big on Dexter now, 10-0. That's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Vanderbrugge. Jeff City puts up some runs. It's 5-1 over Rolla. Chases upstairs, swings through it. For out number 3, we're going to the top of the 5th inning. Score 13-0 Pioneers. Level up with Legacy Performance Academy. When it comes to development, Legacy Sports and Fitness is all about training the whole athlete, on the field and off. Improve mobility, boost flexibility, prevent injuries, train explosive strength and functional movements, grow as an individual. Because we know a better athlete today becomes a greater player tomorrow. Folks, looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter, number 35 here. But before, and we'll get to our player spotlight here just one moment. We'll get the number 35 is Gavin King, and he'll be hitting here for Fowler in his spot. So that's where we have that player spotlight for the for the Webster Groves Statesmen today, presented by Youth Baseball Midwest. Shota Ishiyama, who's got the only hit today for this Statesman team. He's 1 for 2, playing some nice second base over there, making some plays. But Ishiyama is 306, hitting 306 on the season. On base is 469, slugging 339. He's scored 14 runs, has 4 RBIs, 2 doubles in 83 plate appearances, walked 16 times, 11 Ks, and 19 stolen bases. Our player spotlight, Shota Ishiyama for the Webster Groves Statesmen, presented by Youth Baseball Midwest. As Gavin King takes strike 1 here in the top of the 5th inning. This could be it here if we got the 10-run rule after 5. 1 ball, 1 strike, and that is down low. And if we do, we want to get another player spotlight. Let's throw it up, Drew, okay? Nolan, Jacob Nolan, as we've talked about through this game for the Kirkwood Pirates, a player spotlight here. This young man is hitting .393 on the year, 13 runs scored. He's got 27 ribbies, 3 doubles, 5 home runs. And as we saw in the opening interview, it's 3 balls, 2 strikes here to the leadoff pinch hitter, Gavin King. But strike 3, looking out number 1. Coach Spitzmiller told us that Nolan hit 4 of those home runs in 1 game just the other day was 4 for 4. And it looks like, are we going to get a pitching change? Looks like we are. And, yep, Nesledge is going to come out of the ball game. Pitched a heck of a whale of a ball game. But to finish up on Jacob Nolan, that was impressive. This young man has 61 plate appearances, 3 walks, only 8 Ks on the season, 3 stolen bases. Our Youth Baseball Midwest Player of the Game, Player Spotlight, Jacob Nolan for the Kirkwood Pioneers as Owen Nesledge departs. We'll get some totals here as number 42 comes in the ball game. Teddy Clanton will be taking over for Owen Nesledge. We'll get some totals here for you just one moment. So 4 1/3 innings for Nesledge. Five Ks, I believe it was. Let's see, let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Ks. He walked 1, 2 hits on the day. No runs scored. Walked 1, 2 hits. Looks like he had a nice outing for himself there as Teddy Clanton takes over here for Kirkwood. He's thrown 2 innings. He's got a 3.50 ERA, and he's got a win on the season. So Clanton comes in to see if he can finish off the Statesman. Isaiah Fee Willie that came in as a defensive, or had come in and got an at-bat here in the 3rd inning, takes strike 1. Curveball. 0-2. The Pioneer bench is enjoying watching Mr. Clanton pitch here. Wouldn't offer it. The bounce that one just a little too far in front of the plate. Smithville has jumped back on top of the Shawnee Mission South squad on the Kansas side. And a big swing and a miss. And retired on the 2-3 strikeout. Out number 2. Brings up Colby Cole. Nope. We're getting another pinch hitter here for the Webster Groves squad. Number 22, John Callis. Hitting for the shortstop. Strike 1, big cut. Might as well. Go ahead. Swing away. Jaguars score 3. They're up 9-5 on the South Bulldogs, Fort Zumwalt South Bulldogs. 1-1. And a ball drops, base hit, 2-out base hit for the pinch hitter, John Callis. 3rd hit for the Statesmen today. Gets it to the back to the top of the order. Evan Mager, 1 for 2. Blue Springs South now up 7-3 over Lee Summit West. Moberly takes a 2-0 lead over Marshall. East Prairie is taking on the Scott City Rams. That's one of our must-see games. East Prairie, a Class 1 school, taking on the Class 3 Scott City Rams, who just had their first loss. They were undefeated. I think they're 19-1. That's 2 balls, no strikes now to Mager. Shout out to my buddy Mitch Thomas. His 14U squad just popped up. Is playing the U.S. Nationals, Mid-America, over in the Cinco de Mayo tournament. We'll be out there tomorrow with Game 7 baseball at the WAC. As Mager draws a 2-out walk. So 2 outs, 2 on. Grayson Degenhardt is coming to the plate, 0 for 2. Ishiyama on deck. Strike 1 to Degenhardt. It's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 2 strikes. Clanton trying to finish this off. Stays upstairs, 2-2. That is a ball upstairs. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Two outs. Clanton trying to, and that is ball 4. So another walk, and here comes Coach Spitzmiller, and getting some activity in the bullpen there. From a single and back-to-back walks by Teddy Clanton. So, and here comes Shota Ishiyama, who has singled and lined out to the center fielder. He's 1 for 2 today. He was caught stealing, and he's got an opportunity to get the Statesmen on the board here. So the visit over, and we'll be back to baseball here. Caffey getting the communication from the coach. That ball is high, and that's where he's been missing, upstairs. They've got number 19 there in the swing and a miss, strike 1. Joey Evans, number 19, warming up in the bullpen there for Kirkwood. Couldn't hold up. Strike two, 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's in the hole here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Wilhelm on deck. Clanton trying to finish this. See if Spitzmiller has the whisperer going here for his pitchers. Foul back out of play. I wouldn't park on the street back behind the ballpark here, I'll tell you that, folks. Curveball, strike 3, gets Ishiyama looking. Clanton does finish it, and that's the ball game as the Pioneers take this rivalry game 13-0 over the Webster Groves Statesmen. Folks, we got some player of the game interviews that we'll be bringing out to you for, we've got a lot of guys we could talk to for Kirkwood offensively. And Owen Neslage shutting down the Webster Groves Statesmen. But we'll have those for you on our social media packages. We'll get those interviews to you. Folks, good night from Jim Scott Diamond Classic Sports Complex. Kirkwood Pioneers 13, Webster Groves Statesmen 0.